Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hola. Okay.
Get him, Chazzy.
Now this that moment you've been waiting for. I'm back, no more looking for me like I'm Waldo. Oh no, I don't skate around like Apollo. Don't do long preliminaries to the intro. Time is of the essence. Who you know kicking and flipping and spinning the tide? Signal SOS, man. Who you know taking his time, doing it right? Just check me out like I'm paying the clerk. I'm still ahead, listen to my whole body of work. Check my track record like Sidney McLaughlin. When it comes to rhythm and flow, real talk, I'm flawless. When I'm on the track, I run it like Sidney McLaughlin. That's my crush, I just like saying the name often. Can't let this time go to waste. You think that I'm long talking, but I'm using this as bait. I'm a God-believing man, so I'ma take a step of faith. I would ask her for the time, but I really want a date. What you say? I'm joking, but I'm serious. Like, if you really want to go on a date, then I'm serious. But if she doesn't, then I'm joking. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hola. Okay.
Get him, Chazzy.
God's the head, he controls what I do. Jazz. Alright, so boom. The big coming Carlos said he had a lit pregame and I could pull up on him. Tryna roll. For real? Bet. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Hey. Catch your vibe, come and meet the team.
Come and kick it with your fave 3.
Chop it with us, come and join the stream.
Trust me, y'all, it's must see.
It's a culture party if you partaking. Hottest podcast, it ain't no debating. It's ringing off cause it's so engaging. Let's keep it raw. You won't find this on no other page. This kind of talk, this kind of cloth right here is tailor-made.
What up, Lo?
Tryna have fun, we the plug then. It's for the people so the culture win. Need an outlet, then tap in. Come tap in. We keep it fresh with the content. We even got Bash Stop from Carolina Blitz. And Shot from P&P, they're a perfect fit. Cause what's the point of a pregame if it ain't lit? It's lit.
What's up, world? Welcome back to the pregame. We lit, we live, and while y'all at it, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm messing up. Look at that. Let's try it again. No, it's fine. I can do it again. Bash Die, Shot, what's good with y'all?
What it be like?
Hey, I can't call it. Happy Thursday. How y'all feeling? How was your week? All those good things. Shot,
All is well, man. No complaints.
Good. Vash Die, what about you?
Yeah, we cool.
I feel like this is starting to become an occurring thing.
People be getting on my nerves. That's it. That's it.
You want to talk about it? You don't want to talk about it?
I don't.
Just a little subtweet real quick. People in general, it's all good.
People in general, that's it.
I feel that. Nah, this has been a rough week for me as well. So I'm right there with you. Work kicked my tail this week. I earned every little penny, dime, nickel, quarter.
Don't you hate it when they make you earn your money?
Oh man, what? That's how I felt this week. And week not even over. We still got tomorrow. So with that being said, Shot, let's start off with you, my brother. What you pulling up with, man?
I don't know, bro. I ain't think about it. I'm just here, man. I'm just here. I ain't got nothing special, man. Shout out to my daughters, though. Yeah,
there we go.
Shout out to my daughters. They dance. Was at dance competition last week, so that's dope. And shout out to my daughter, graduated 5th grade, going on to middle school. So no more elementary school for me. So kudos for that.
I want to see your daughters. Are you on Instagram?
I'm on. Yes. Yeah, I was gonna give you Rashad Beard _ official.
Okay,
They on
I'm
there,
gonna
I think.
follow you because I'd love to see you talk about I'm a visual person, so I want to
Yeah.
see. I'm sure you share pictures. So
Oh, yep, I do.
Rashad Beard _
Official.
official. Okay,
Yeah.
y'all heard it.
Yeah, but say Rashad about to get a lot of followers real
No,
quick.
I mean, yeah, it's all good. I'm not too active on Instagram, like not my personal one.
Yeah, that's what's up though. Vashai, what about you? What you pulling up with?
I don't know. I don't know. Chill vibes, I guess.
Chill
Yeah,
vibe.
same.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got
Look,
the
it's
same.
nothing wrong with
Kinda
that.
chilling.
It's still positive. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's chill vibes for sure. I'm right there with y'all. And this may be the first time we all agree on the chill vibes. I'm pulling up with chill vibes too. I call him my stepson. I call him my son. He's graduating 5th grade in 2 weeks. So that's exciting. We're going to go to the mountains. That's what he wanted to do for his graduation trip. So shout out to you, your daughter graduating 5th grade. It's wild, man, to see how much he's grown. And now 5th grade. So it's pretty wild. And I've been struggling, like I'm trying to do this gentle parenting thing with the youngest, but he tested me this week. He tested me this week. Man, he tested my gangster straight up.
What is gentle parenting?
Gentle parenting basically don't put your don't whoop your child.
Oh,
That's basically what they say, gentle parenting thing. So I'm just trying
parents doing.
I don't know. I'm just trying something different. Let me just test it out and see if it works.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have no boys, so I can't relate. But yeah, I guess I gentle parent my daughters. I ain't put my hands on my daughters, but so if I had a boy, it'd probably be different though. I'd probably be him.
He's 20 months old, you know what I'm saying? So he's not even 2 yet. And so I'm like, I'm trying to be very cautious. But yesterday, boy, tested my whole gangster. I was like, all right, bet. So I did something weird. I did something weird though. He's scared of the blender, right? So I grabbed the blender and I was like, take care of business. And he was like, okay, yep, I will. So I'm like, whatever it takes. All right. So we got a lot has happened recently. And it was hard to pick content because content is going crazy right now. But I want to start off with something very, very interesting. Do y'all remember this kid right here? Everybody probably meme.
Yeah.
So this meme went viral years ago because this group was excited to go see the Black Panther. This is when the Black Panther movie dropped, and they told the whole school they're going to Black Panther. Y'all want to know something crazy? Y'all want to feel real old real quick?
I've already seen it.
You seen it? Ain't that crazy?
Wow.
He's graduating high school. He graduated high school. His name is Jacob Lindsay. He went viral. And that's why, ain't that crazy? Like I remember I still have this meme, like, and I use it, not meme, but GIF, whatever you want to call it. I still use this from time to time. And this man is graduating high school. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. When you saw that on Twitter, Vashai, what were you thinking? Like, yo, where did the time go? Like, what were your thoughts?
I mean, no, I didn't feel old because I'm not old, but
Okay.
It's just, I think I see it every day with my friends' kids who, as they get older, and it's like you see them 2 years later and they're almost like grown people. So time is a daily reminder for me. So this is not like, that's crazy. I think I'm more entertained by seeing how he looks as an older person than like me personally feeling old by this picture.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shot?
Hey man, time moving. That's all I got. That's all I got.
No, that was wild. It was wild to see, and I thought just shout out to Jacob, man. Best of luck moving forward, man. But you will still be a gift that I use from time to time for sure. Because
that's definitely in rotation.
Right,
that's definitely in rotation.
Definitely in the arsenal. Speaking of shout out, I want to start off this new segment. I have a new segment I'm gonna do from time to time, and Vashti Shah, please feel free, as time progresses to jump in at any point. But I want to start a new segment called "Dope People Do Dope Things," right? Or dope people doing dope things. And what I want to do is really shout out people, whether in the community in Charlotte or around the the United States or around the world who are doing really dope things. You want to shout them out and tag them just to showcase some of the amazing things that people are doing. So what I want to do today is shout out somebody that I know, Ivan Butler, who is one of my frat brothers, but he works in Houston as a technical program manager by day. But he decided this year, hey, you know what? I want to be a tryout being a head coach in golf. He went to UNC Charlotte. He played golf at UNC Charlotte. He's a monster. And he tried out and got the position or the volunteer. I'm not sure if it's volunteer. I'm not sure if I don't know what it is, but he is the head golf coach at Incarnate Word Academy, Houston, Texas. And it's his first year doing it. And in that first year, they were invited to 7 tournaments. He had one of his students get a individual win. 3 of them got top 5 wins, or the team got a top 5 win, and they had a state championship appearance. So shout out to you, Ivan. Dope people doing dope things. Just want to shout you out. I think that was pretty dope. So just want to call you out on that, man. Keep doing your thing. Now let's get back to Charlotte real quick. Did y'all see this? Charlotte actually is as of right now, the only NBA sports team that has a black president, a black GM, a black assistant GM, and a black head coach. So the president, her name is Shelley K. Weston. The coach is Charles Lee from the Boston Celtics, who was an assistant coach there. And then GM is Jeff Peterson. And then the assistant GM is Dalton Akinwale. And he's the one at the top right. What are y'all thoughts when y'all heard about this? If you got a chance to check this out, man, Hornets making history as the only team to have basically almost all black front office. Let's start with Shot.
Yeah, I didn't notice until you sent it out to us. This is cool. I think it's dope. Kudos to Charlotte. But I got a question. Is we gonna win though? Like, I mean, this is cool. This is great. I mean, awesome. But is we gonna win?
Right.
That's what matters at this point. But yeah, super dope. Super dope.
That's what's up. Basha.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think front offices and people making decisions should be a reflection of also the players in the sport. And unfortunately, more often than not, that's the case. So the optics are great. I just would love to see them be successful as well. And
Yes.
That's where the real progress is made.
Yeah.
I think about, I just watched this documentary on Stacks. And in the documentary, they were talking about, of course, integration. And I thought about my mom who integrated Winthrop. And you have to be successful. Like those students who were the first at doing stuff, or black people who were the first at doing stuff, like in order for it to be a trend, there has to be success behind it. So I love it. I think it's great. I just am very hopeful that not only are they successful, but they have the time needed to be successful.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you on all those fronts. I think from an optics standpoint, it does make sense. It's cool. It's dope, right? I looked up a stat earlier today, and it said that as of October 2023, the percentage of African Americans in terms of NBA players is 70.4%, right? So we, as black people and NBA players, we knew this though, right? 70% of the league. And so my thing is like, with new owners, are they thinking, hey, would this entice more really good players to want to come play for a black front office? Who knows, right? I don't know. This is still a small market. We said this thing with the Carolina Panthers before. Say the same thing with Charlotte Hornets, especially since we are a terrible team. I'm not gonna say we, because I'm not even really a Hornets fan. I'm a Lakers fan. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're a terrible team. Shot, you got an issue with me being a Lakers fan, man?
I kind of do.
Man.
I kind of do.
All right, let's
That's
break
weak.
that down.
That's
Break
weak,
that down.
Carlo. That's
Why is it
weak.
weak?
I
I
give some people passes on the Panthers because it did not come around till 1995. So if you grew up, if you are an 80s baby, and let's say you grew up and your parents were Cowboys fans or whatever, and you grew into this and that, but you you young enough to and you from the Carolina.
Okay.
Like the Hornets were, and it wasn't like the Hornets were ass. The Hornets were good in the 90s.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out where this Lakers thing came from. Maybe if you can explain it.
Yeah. So instead of y'all, trying to kill a brother, let me explain. But let me get I'm gonna let Shy get his punches off real quick before I get my bag. Go ahead, Shy.
Nah, it's just easy, man. You just you ring chasing.
Right.
I'm ring chasing. Wow.
Yeah, you ring chasing, man. Come on,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
Yo, you got sometimes you got it takes a real man to be a fan of the Panthers and the Hornets. It's easy to be a fan of the Lakers. You got what 17 banners up there? That's
Something
easy.
like that.
It's easy. Come on, man.
Sounds good. So here's the thing. It would be, I think it would be different or interesting if I shamed the Hornets or I did not support them or any of that. Like, I'm not saying any of that. I've been to Hornets games. I support them. However, I'm a Lakers fan because I grew up watching Kobe Bryant, right? Playing basketball, all those different things. Kobe Bryant.
You're a fan of Kobe then.
So here's the thing. I was a fan of Kobe at first, yes, but then I became a fan of the Lakers. So do I still follow the Lakers and stuff? Yes. We've talked. How many times we talked about Lakers on this pod? A few times, right? And and times where we shouldn't even talked about them because we're terrible right now. But I still talk about them. So I'm still a fan.
Look at that.
Weird. Oh God.
Anyway, what I'm saying
is weird. Oh
yeah.
Anyway, like I am big on. I'm never really just a true fan of a player, and then I switch when somebody. I don't do that, right? I'm loyal to the soil. So if I was a fan of Kobe and how he played and who he was and how he carried himself, and he was a Laker for life. Once he left, I didn't say like, oh, forget the Lakers. Like, no, I'm still root for them because I grew an affinity for that particular team. However, I still rock with Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, all those players on the Hornets.
Yeah, when we nice, that's when you're gonna come around. Like,
no, Carlo.
Yeah, talk to me.
I mean, who were you watching before the Lakers? Because Kobe didn't come around until
probably the Bulls. He was ring chasing.
Oh my God.
No, so the Bulls and the Lakers.
So with my family, my parents being from Detroit, we watched a lot of Detroit Pistons, right? Okay. So the crazy part about it is growing up when Kobe had to go against the Pistons was a hard thing for me, right? And that's the time Kobe had, like, they thought it was the big team. He had Karl Malone and Gary Payton and all these people on the team. But then you got, Rip Hamilton and all these people, Chauncey Billups. It was difficult, right? Because, like, I was a tall, lanky kid, like, just like old boy from the Detroit Pistons. And everybody's like, oh, you remind me of Prince. I can't think his name right now.
Tayshaun Prince.
Tayshaun Prince, right? Yeah. And so it was a very difficult one. I was like, whoever wins, I'm gonna be happy. Detroit won, I was happy. So I grew up watching Detroit. Oh, ring chaser. They won one ring. What are you talking about?
You literally are naming teams that have ships.
It applies.
One chip.
You were fans of them like when they were winning ships.
That's
not bro.
Hold on. Time out. See, look, y'all are really trying to ring me in, but I'm not. No. Here's the thing. I told you that I watched the Detroit Pistons, and I gave you an example of when two teams that I watched.
How you chase the ring.
Chase the ring? How? How did I chase the ring?
If you had stuck with the Pistons because your parents I like that story. I would understand that.
Yeah.
And then plus
but that's not my story. Everybody has a different story, Vashti. Like, that's not my story.
I'm just saying, as somebody in sports,
yeah,
there's a certain amount of, like, I'm always interested in how people became fans of a certain team.
Yeah.
Proximity is one that should automatically, right? That automatically, to me, proximity automatically takes credence because you are bred into that culture because
I feel that.
Because you have to be.
And
if it's not proximity, then it's familiarity. Familial, where my dad, bop. But when it's like, oh, I like Kobe, so I became
yeah, easier said than done. But if I watched all. I love sports, right? So I watch all the different type of sports. I didn't say that I disliked the Hornets. I root for the game. I root for them. However, my team,
Nah, don't do that. You trying to 1B us.
I'm not trying to 1B y'all.
You trying to
right?
1A, 1B. Oh, that's
No,
my
I didn't.
my
I
squad.
said y'all. I'm not trying to
But if the
1B
Hornets
us.
get
God.
good, I'm gonna support them. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go to their games.
I just said that I'm going to their game, shot. Like I just said that I support them, right?
When the Lakers
No, I've never been to a Lakers game here.
The 1B then.
No, I've gone to like regular games. I'm going to the games. I support them. I'm sitting here. Yo, look, how is this your team, shot? And I told you what's going on with front office. You didn't even know about it.
Listen, my 100% support is behind the Hornets. I don't claim to have another team.
But no, you didn't answer my
I'm not tapped in with NBA like that.
You answered my question, Shah. I said, how is it supposed to be your team? And you didn't even know about this front office.
I ain't tapped in with them like that.
I thought it's your team, though.
No,
it's my team. I'm a casual.
Casual. That is. I respect that though. I respect that.
Fair enough. Yo, look. Leave my Lakers alone.
We're gonna leave you alone. I'm just saying when anybody say they're Cowboys or Lakers or New England Patriots, I just be like,
because it's a mainstream team. It's a big team, right? But it's convenient. No, not at all. Because the Lakers were trash for a very long time, and I could have bounced, but I stood loyal to the soil. I stood 10 toes. We're gonna be all right. And I'm not even a big LeBron fan. We talked about this. I respect his game and all that stuff, and I still cheer. I still cheer for the Lakers, and I still cheer for LeBron.
All right, we gonna okay.
Okay, exactly. So, but
I mean, our opinions stand though. But
fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm gonna stand on business. All right, like
stand on business.
Look, I'm nah, man. Like rings. Hey, yo. Speaking of our Hornets, though, y'all. Speaking of our
Hornets. Oh, here you go.
Speaking of our Hornets, did y'all hear? I don't know if y'all heard about this, but LaMelo Ball was leaving the facility. And that usually, LaMelo got all the exotic cars, whatever. He's leaving the gym, leaving the facility. And usually is a lot of people that stand out there. And it's like, certain player, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball. Apparently this 11-year-old came up, who was in his crutches, came up to his car and he drove off, right? And I'm not giving all the details for a reason right now, but he drove off and allegedly broke this 11-year-old's foot. And so now the mother, who is in the middle, is basically suing him and saying, not only did you break my son's heart, and this is in an article, not only did you break my son's heart, broke my son's foot, but you broke my son's heart and his feelings. Who's at fault here? We talked about this before with a New York Jets player when somebody came up to him and just really invaded a lot of privacy there. Who's at fault here? Is it the child who ran up at a red light to the car?
Was it at a red light?
It was they said it was at a red light. He walked up to his car, and I think some reports say red light, some reports say coming out and stopped right when he was coming out the gate. We don't know what's true. There is no video evidence. This is all he say, she say right now, which is why I'm being very careful of saying allegedly. I don't know, right? But we do know that he was close enough to the car to be right by the tires, right? Shot. Let's start with you first. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 50-50 here. I don't know all the details. Number one, you can't run up to a player's car. You can't do that. Like you can't run up. You just can't do that, right? As somebody that's been out there, again, I'm on record. Y'all see me at training camp getting autographs.
Oh, at the Hornets?
Not the Hornets. I'm just saying in general. I'm saying for the Panthers. In general, there is a level of privacy, and you can't just run up on people. You know what I mean? So it's a kid. I get it, probably excited, but you can't run up on somebody's car and expect just to get an autograph. At the same time, there is several videos of LaMelo peeling out of that daggone building.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We don't see the video evidence. He's ran several red lights on video up out of that facility. And if he did that, it's kind of, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna go 50-50. Equal the blame. Let's call it a wash. Send him a jersey, send him a little signed jersey. Let's call it a wash. My bad. That's all we can do.
Yeah. Vasha, what do you think?
I I was gonna bring up the videos of LaMelo either pulling out of his garage at home, pulling out of the Spectrum Center, just like literally peeling off. I'm curious as to the circumstances of this. I mean, if the boy is running out in the middle of the street, I mean, what do you expect? You can't run in the middle of the street. If you're running out toward a moving car, like there's so many questions here.
Yeah.
I just it's tough without video evidence. And also, this could be a slippery slope for LaMelo because of the videos of him peeling out. Who else might come forward and say, oh, well, he ran over my foot too. This is video. This is how reckless he drives. And so I hope this isn't an opportunity for the mom to get money. And it's tough without the video evidence. I need to know, was the car in the street and he ran up to the car while I was in the street? Where was the mom while all of this was going on? Was the kid supervised? It's just too many questions. So I'm gonna reserve judgment on this one, but LaMelo is known to be reckless with those exotic cars, and so maybe this will tighten him up in regards to that.
For sure. I think you sound very like media trained, like Bryce. I'm gonna reserve the judgment. Very media trained of you, Vashti. Same, but I agree. I think the biggest thing, hopefully, this is a lesson for the NBA in terms of really protecting the NBA players in terms of coming out of gates and going in and coming out of the facility. I don't know how it is at the Bank of America Stadium, but I've seen like certain vlogs and things of Panther players like Emir, where he showcases like going into the facility and how they have security and gates and all of those different things. My hope is that they have something similar for our Hornets. I hope they have something similar there. So I'm gonna keep going, bro. Come on. I'm doing this for the rest of the year. Anyway, so I think we have video evidence of him doing reckless things, right? Now, granted, I hope that if this did happen, that she's not trying to use her son for a payday.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping that it's not what happened. But if it did happen and LaMelo did it, I think he'll fix it and give him some swag, some tickets to the games, pay for if he needs surgery or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, fans, we got to be smart enough, to know when to speak with players and when not to, right? Like if you see them with their family out and about, like just be mindful, have some discernment to know when to go to somebody and when not to. Go for it, Shot.
I have a question. Where did this picture come from? Because it looked like she been on Judge Mathis or something. This ain't her first rodeo.
Yeah, I think that's a screen. I think that's a screenshot from the news report.
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to say it looked like she's been on a court.
It does look Judge Mathis.
If it's Judge Mathis, he gonna say, "I smell some crack on you." That's his favorite thing to say. So,
Daddy Moore said he ran to the car at the red light. I mean, bruh, you can't do that.
Can't do that, bruh.
You cannot do that. If that were the case, then you can't do that. I'm sorry, you can't do that. And so that's a tough lesson to learn for the kid, but don't run up to cars at the red light in the street because you get run over. You can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't do that. And as like parents, like just be mindful, like please keep your eye on your child, tell them right from wrong from here, because you just can't, if that's the case, you cannot do that. And so sis might be out of a paycheck if that's the case. All right, so let's move on. We've talked about my boy before on this show, DJ Burns, boss man Debo is what I call him, but Debo done slimmed down some recently. I don't know if y'all seen pictures, but he has lost 45 pounds in 6 weeks. And this is the interesting piece because it's funny how pop culture and music and stuff kind of coincides with music all at the same time. So we've talked about the disses and all that stuff before on a few different episodes. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. But we understand like there's a few Ozempic disses that Kendrick said about Drake said about Rick Ross. But Shams, who we talked about on this pod before as well, he reported, and the way that he reported was DJ Burns lost 45 pounds in 6.5 weeks, and he put ... no Ozempic. And I was just like, why would you even have to say anything about Ozempic? If he lost 45 pounds, then I mean he's used to cardio and doing all those different things. Like, why would you have to put that on there? Either way, what are y'all thoughts about DJ Burns slimming down? People said that his superpower was the fact that he was nimble at his weight, and the fact that now he potentially may have lost his power with his weight. Do you still feel as though that he's going to be as viable as he was and at the next level? Let's start with Vashti.
I personally, I am a fan of Big Body Burns.
Mm-hmm.
I grew to really enjoy him as a player, covering that Final Four run. As long as he can, and listen, he's not on any draft boards, so I don't know. Last time I checked, and I haven't checked recently, but he wasn't slated to be drafted into anybody's NBA. Just because of his playing style, it's just it doesn't fit the league right now. But I mean, if he can still hoop, he can still hoop at the size. I don't really, I understand why he put no Ozempic, because people, I don't know if you've seen, but people are really losing weight on the Zimpy. I call it Zimpy, and
Zimpy. I'm gonna take that.
They look funny.
Yeah.
So it's a I know why he put it there, because the assumption is like, what is he doing? 45 pounds in 6 weeks. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So I don't know what, I mean, you're not losing that just by running. I don't know what he did. He probably was on a very tight diet. But I like DJ as a person is cool. I love his game. I like Big Body Burns. So I mean, much success to him. I don't really, we'll see. What did he even participate in the combine? I don't think so.
I didn't see anything, but well, I'll tell a little bit more about him after that. But go ahead, Shot.
No, but the first question I got is, why'd you pick this picture right here, the one in the background?
That's the only picture
on this one too.
Hey,
it appears to be the Lakers court. I see what you're doing.
I'm gonna tell you why. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you get your punches off. I'm gonna tell you why.
I see what you're doing. But anyway, listen, I support this kid. I think he's very entertaining. And I don't know. I think that there is, maybe there's some scouts saying, hey, bro, we want you. But you got to drop some LBs. You got to drop some of that weight so you can get up. The NBA is an up and down game. You got to be able to, it's not the slower pace like it is in college. So in order for him to get up and down the court, maybe he had to drop some weight, because we know he got like a nice little mid-range game. That is what the game is now. And so I think there's a role for him in the league if he can, can get up and down the court and stay on the court longer. But I don't know, bro. I think it's impressive. 65 pounds, that's a lot of weight to lose. It's very impressive. So kudos to him. If not for nothing else, just his health in general.
For sure. I think it's dope. The reason I got this picture here, Rashad Beard, is because of the fact that after he lost that weight, the only team that reached out for a visit for him to come in to work out for a visit was the Los Angeles Lakers. Of course. Right. So I thought that was interesting, right? He loses the weight.
Bleacher Report.
He loses the weight, and then the Lakers are like, hey, come in for. My only assumption for him losing the weight is that either scouts or somebody was telling him, hey, if you lose a little weight, we think you can do X, Y, and Z. You can do this in the league. You can be the next, I don't know, Nikola Jokic. I don't know, right? Because Nikola Jokic lost a lot of weight too. So maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know, but I'm rooting for the kid. I hope that he does well. I hope he can make it to the next level, and I hope that this will help out in the next. He's just an awesome person to to watch, right? Just on and off the court. He reminds me he's as authentic as Anthony Edwards is. Now Anthony Edwards is a little more rough, like he'll say it like it is, but in terms of authenticity, what DJ did during that tournament, being himself and just being that friendly giant who will go out on the court and turn into the Hulk, it was dope. It was dope to watch. My hope is that his strength And the way that he plays bully ball does not change with him losing all that weight. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
I hope he gets a shot.
Me too. Me too. I think he will. I think, I hope he doesn't end up like Kenny. I don't know if y'all remember Kenny Lofton Jr., the one player who they said was going to be the next Zebo. But he was a player who was kind of a little bit more hefty. And he was doing really, really well, but he's stuck in the G League. He has not come over and played with the Memphis Grizzlies yet. My hope is that doesn't happen with DJ. Now, DJ's a lot taller than Kenny Lofton Jr., but we'll see what happens. Okay, so did y'all get a chance to catch this story right here? So Scottie Scheffler, and this is the first time we've talked about golf. Well, we talked about golf twice on this particular pod. But Scottie Scheffler is the number one golfer in the world right now. He's cooking. He's won a few tournaments. He won this season's Masters. Like, he's doing really, really well. So this past weekend, not this weekend, but the weekend before, he was at a tournament, and at this tournament, there was a accident that happened. Someone passed away. God rest their soul, but they passed away, and there's a lot of traffic, and cops were telling people to go which way. Now, him being, the number one golfer in the world, trying to get to the course to get ready for his tee time, this, that, and the third. They tell him to go one way. He decided to go the other way. The cop tried to stop him, and the cop got drugged, all those different things. He got arrested. This is his mugshot, but he was still able to make his tee time, which is very, very interesting. Like, tee time, he got like an accident. They did something to make sure that his tee time get extended. What are y'all thoughts when y'all heard about this? And my question to you all is, did this showcase the privilege that some people may have than others on the main stage? Let's start with Shot.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know nothing about this.
Okay.
I don't follow golf.
Yeah.
And I saw it, but I didn't care enough to click it. So I don't really know what's going on. I can't really provide too much analysis on this here topic. So I mean, the legal system is a legal system. It ain't no surprise. So that's all I got.
Fair enough. Vashti.
I saw it because it went viral.
Yeah.
That morning. There's video that was released today of the actual incident, which shows that it might not have been as severe as the officer had let on. I find it interesting that nobody asked the question, well, why didn't he just comply? Because those are the questions that are asked when unarmed Black men or Black people are abused or killed by cops. Well, why didn't they just comply? But listen, I don't want to say I don't care, but I really don't care. It's just what happened. It was he got a little taste of what people go through with cops all the time. And I think the bigger point is, if this could happen with him, then you can only imagine what happens with young Black men and women when they have run-ins with the law.
Right. But and just to take it a step further too, Vashti, like, we're talking about just young Black athletes, right? I don't think I've ever seen where someone gets arrested and the same day makes a tee time, right? Like, I think that's very, very interesting, which is why, like, I don't really watch golf like that. I used to watch it every now and then when it was on, but I rarely watch it now. But this went viral, and I wanted to look into it, and the fact that he's booked with some felonies, right? Second degree assault of a police officer, third degree and criminal mischief, and all these different things, which are felonies, and the fact that you're still able to make your tee time on time and finish the tournament was very interesting. And then also, like what Double O'Kane said, like, it's interesting, the cop did not have his camera on during the arrest, so there's no police body cam evidence. It's just very interesting how all these things happen. Now, granted, we'll see what happens out of this, but I thought it was just very interesting to see this on the main stage, and a lot of people were kind of saying like, dang, this privilege is definitely privileging in terms of how this is taking place right now.
Can we be a little honest here? Like, my fam has resources, right? Like, he's gonna have resources that normal people may or may not have, or won't likely have. You know what I mean? So he's gonna be able to maneuver a system a little bit better than the average person. So, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Shad. I think my argument to that is, well, what about the other black athletes or celebrities who have resources, the same resources he has in terms of money, right? Financial resources. I think that's the difference that I'm talking about.
I think we're gonna talk about another topic later, but there's another pretty wealthy young man, gentleman that got away with a lot until recently.
Yeah. So, and it all comes down to that's a great segue. It all comes down to send the video. When it was done in the dark comes to the light. When video evidence comes out, things do change. Shot, it's like you knew what was coming next, my guy. That was perfect transition.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, this listen, man, my man was able to get away with this for this. What the video was shot in 2016, bro.
Yep.
Like that's great for him, and I'm sure he used his resources to get rid of that video, to get rid of the evidence, to do what he had to do. This man is this dude is wild, bro. Like we all heard the stories about Diddy. Man, that is crazy to see what he did to Cassie, bro. Come on, bro. Like that's it's unacceptable, bro. I don't mess with Diddy, bro. It was crazy. I was listening to the radio, and Kesha came on, and they removed his wake up in the morning for the light Diddy part from the he's canceled. It's over for him, bro. It's over.
They removed his what?
So in Kesha's song, is wake up. The opening line is, "I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy." And they took that part out of the song. Like I was listening to another radio a morning show, and they were talking about how they are all removing all traces of Diddy and his music. Like it's done for Diddy's. It's over, bro. Like that's ridiculous, not acceptable, and we've all heard about it, but to actually see it is crazy. It's crazy. So we can't mess with Diddy no more, bro.
Yeah. Fast Shot, what do you think?
Diddy is not the only one in the industry
that
is doing this right now. One that has been put on blast, and I think that when you have an actual video that shows you, see, people can become attached when there's he said, she said, and even Diddy himself was like, "Oh, they lying on me. I can't wait to prove my innocence. This is a witch hunt. She just wants my money." And then when the video comes out, I was at a really low time. I'm in counseling.
Yeah.
Bob. Yeah, okay. Listen, these people want to be attached to Hollywood and that lifestyle and that culture. It's messy.
Yes.
And
it's scary.
There are a lot of people who go to those Diddy parties and who have been attached to Diddy who don't necessarily want anything further to come out.
Yep.
It will be interesting to see if this is just the tip of the iceberg or whether they'll try to sweep this stuff under the rug. Like they did with the what was the other guy, the white guy, the movie or the movie.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's interesting. This is very interesting, and it shows the scariness of Hollywood, right? And how many people of power are involved in a lot of these different things that are going on. Hollywood's a scary place, and a lot of people have said it. Shoot, let's be honest. Cat Williams said it with on Club Shay Shay, and how he's exposing the truth. He said stuff about Diddy, and it's very interesting how all these things are happening, and everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, just whatever," and then finally video evidence comes out, and it's like, "Oh," and it's like, no, people have been saying this the whole time, and I saw a lot of people having to issue apologies to Cassie and saying that she was lying. I'm not saying anybody that we know, but like just people and celebrities saying, "Oh, Cassie's lying. She's trying to get money, this and the third." when all these things actually happen. And this is the only incident that was on camera. We don't know what else was taking place throughout 2016 and beyond, right?
It's definitely
So,
Child, please.
yeah.
That is probably minimal.
That's
you know how
minimal
fast he
compared to-
settled that
Come on.
case with Cassie?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was word on the street is that came from some of the footage they got in the FBI raid, which was probably released in retaliation to his son doing that diss track and mentioning the FBI.
Yes.
So
I missed all that.
Bro,
Yes.
it's wild. Yeah, because I see
Rabbit
you got
hole is
50.
deep.
Yeah, I see you got 50 on there, and I think his son went at 50 and included the FBI and basically taunted them and say, "Oh, y'all went to the wrong house." All kind of crazy, bro. All kind of crazy stuff. So, word on the street is that video was released, and it's part of the stuff that they got from that from the raid. So I'm sure there's way more where that came from, and that's probably just like it was said, the tip of the iceberg.
And also, I always had questions around Kim Porter's death.
Come on.
I'm just going to put that out there.
Yes.
Very suspicious.
Talk about it.
It was extremely suspicious
how
this black woman all of a sudden
Come on.
is dead from pneumonia.
Come on.
In her 30s?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Very suspicious. No, it didn't seem to be any investigation. No real questions asked other than people like normal people like us on Twitter, like, yo, this doesn't seem right. Nobody else asking any questions. We didn't hear anything about any like it's a lot of sketchy stuff going on. A lot of sketchy stuff.
It's weird and it's a little scary. And it makes me wonder too, how many people are connected to this, right? There's so many stars and celebrities who are unfollowing him on Instagram and all that stuff. Like Instagram is like the law, right? You're unfollowing him on Instagram, even though there's receipts of people saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. It's so many people who are tied into this that I'm like, is something really going to happen to him, or is it going to be swept under the rug? And this is just like a little taste of like, let's throw out something that is just involving Diddy and not involving everyone else so that we can just put Diddy down and we can stay safe. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting, right? But because of everything, and you hit it the nail on the head, Shad, because of what Diddy's son did and all that, 50 Cent, if this is true, it is an alleged rumor that 50 Cent sold a documentary called Diddy Do It, DIDDY Do It, Diddy Do It to Netflix. And it's going to have basically a tell-all about what Diddy has done in the industry. If it's true, it's gonna go viral. And I mean, Diddy's already done, but it's going to be very, very interesting. And one thing I thought about too, and everyone always talks about this with J-Lo, with Diddy and J-Lo dating for years, and J-Lo has been married time and time again after him, and the relationships don't work. And I'm always like, dang, what's wrong with J-Lo? She might be messed up a little bit, y'all, because of what Diddy did. Maybe it was something that Diddy did. Like I question everybody who has been attached to Diddy and what he has done. It's scary. And Westcott said it best. Denzel Washington.
Let's not act like J-Lo didn't attach herself to Diddy for the hood crib back then.
Oh man, come on. That's a whole different story, right? That's a whole different story. And I agree with you, right? I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, I used to always just blame her. I was like, yo, something wrong with her. Something wrong with her. Why is she always she's getting a divorce to Ben Affleck? But I'm like, yo, is it something deeper? Is she scarred? Who knows? I don't know. But I'm just saying it in the sake of my argument here. The other thing too is, yo, Diddy and everything that's going on, I hope that this does not get swept under the rug. And that apology that he did was absolutely horrible. His PR team needs to be fired. He kept on looking down at his notes. He didn't apologize to Cassie. He was just saying, I was at a dark time and that's not who I am. It's like that.
I don't think he can say her name. I think there's something in the he can't mention her name.
Right.
Okay.
Well, even then, he still could have apologized, a more direct apology without saying her name. But yeah, like I agree with what you're saying, Carlo. Like that what he did, bro. You got to have somebody else around you. You got all these resources, and maybe he doesn't anymore because of everything that's going on. But somebody got to tell you, bro. That's completely insensitive. That did more damage than good. I could have told you that, and I'm sitting behind this screen. I know what to and what to not say, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta do better than that. But there ain't much he could have said other than, "Hey, my apologies. I take responsibility." And whatever. There ain't too much he could have said, but what he did say was far worse.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like it was no authenticity. It wasn't organic. It didn't seem sincere. And I think he thought that he was safe because of this whole everyone everything happened when Cassie dropped, the lawsuit and all those different things. And then the Drake and Kendrick beef happened. He thought he was safe, y'all. And he started posting stuff on Instagram. He was back outside, all these different things. And then his son think it's sweet. And the FBI say, bet. I'm gonna sell this to CNN real quick.
Over.
That's what happened. So we'll see what happens, man. But what's done in the dark will always come to the light, and that's the biggest thing. That's the moral of the story between all of that, man. Like it's gonna come. You think you low, but you really ain't low. And you mess with the wrong people, they gonna figure out how to get that information. So, all right. So 2 more things, and then we're done. So conference finals have started. It's been some good. Have y'all caught those last 2 games that have been solid?
I watched last night's game. I didn't get to watch the Eastern Conference game, but when we get off here, I'm on it.
Okay. Yeah. Solid game. Celtics, Pacers, and the Mavs and Wolves. So what I want, we'll talk about it. I know you didn't see the Eastern Conference game, but Sha, give me your thoughts on it, and then also as you give me your thoughts on the 2 games, prediction of who you think is going to win.
Yeah, I'll just say this. I'll start with this. I do like these 4 teams. I'm glad that it's not the same old Nuggets, LeBron, and them. This is a great set of teams, some new blood. Great to see. I think it's great for the NBA. Eastern Conference. I like what Indiana's doing. Obviously the Celtics. I'm a Duke guy, so I like Tatum and I like Kyrie. You know what I mean? So I'm a rock with them. But yeah, man, listen, Tatum got to step up though. He had an opportunity to kind of knock it away in game 1, missed those two gimmies that he had. Yep. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Brian who kind of hit that 3-pointer to send it over
Kobe-esque, right?
Yeah, very you would know. But shout out to the Celtics, man. So good basketball, good brand of basketball across the board. But I'm rolling with the Celtics.
Celtics, okay. What about the Western Conference? Who you got, Shot? And then we'll go back.
I'm rolling with the Mavs. I like Anthony Edwards. Love him as a player. I wouldn't be mad if they made it as well. But Kyrie, I'm rolling with the Mavs.
Okay. Fast Eye, who you got? I know you didn't see the Eastern. We could talk about the Western, but who you got too?
I'm gonna go with Boston. I think top to bottom they're probably better than Indiana, so I'm gonna go with Boston. That Mavs Wolves series,
it's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, but if I had to pick one, which I really think it could go either way, I'll probably go Dallas too, just because of the experience and the championship experience that Kyrie brings to that locker room and to that team. He cooked them in moccasins. I don't know if y'all know that.
I saw that.
I woke up this morning and I was like, bruh, really was cooking in moccasin sneakers. That W hits different now because I'm literally watching and they could not stop him. And I'm like, what is this?
And he was cooking.
And he had on moccasin sneakers. That is wild. But I also saw, and they had asked the Wolves, somebody had said, usually teams have to lose. And I see with the Bulls it happened, with the Lakers it happened. They have to go through like a Western Conference finals loss or a finals loss before they can get over the hump. And I think that this Wolves team will take it to 7 potentially, but I think that this will be their mountain, and then they'll come back next season. But I'm gonna go with Dallas just because Kyrie, when you cooking in moccasins, I can't bet against you.
Hey, yo, that's funny. When I saw you tweet that, I died. I was like, not cooking them. They were.
I had
They
no
looked
idea though. Literally, I had to
Yeah.
go back and look at the pictures. Like he really wore those shoes, and
They look like boxer shoes. You know, how boxers usually have like
They got
little. That's what they look like.
That is what they look like.
Celtics, Indiana, man. So this is both of these conference finals are gonna be fire. I think they're gonna be really good games, really close games. But I still got the Celtics beating the Pacers. I think just off of experience. I think JT had a terrible. And first off, you talking about Jason Tatum and Kyrie. Are you a Duke fan, Shad?
Yeah, man. I'm rocking with Duke
a lot. Okay, I didn't hear that. I missed that.
What you mean that says a lot?
Because he said Jason Tatum. And are you a Duke fan, Vashta?
I'm not a fan of either.
Oh, okay.
I cover them.
Got you.
Yeah, you tried it. You tried to get her, bro. You tried it. I see what you did.
Yeah, I tried to make it. She's media trained. She's media trained.
Not gonna catch me slipping.
Vashta on her Bryce Young. Vashta is on her Bryce Young right now. I cannot catch. I tried to get her. Nope. But she was like, no, I cover them. Yep. Carolina, I do cover them.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, and then we'll go on to our mailbag question, because the mailbag question is pretty interesting. So I got the Celtics. I say Celtics in 6. Mavs and Wolves. I would love the Wolves to win, but I got the Mavericks in 7. That's what I got. It's gonna be a good game. And that game 7, it could go either way, because Anthony Edwards could turn all the way up. And if he does, it's gonna be close. So we'll see. All right, let's get into this mailbag question here. So I told y'all that somebody reached out. This is like some quote unquote relationship advice type of thing. It's very interesting. So here we go. This person is anonymous. They said, hello, pregame, love the show. I'm dating a wonderful guy. So this is a woman. She said, I'm dating a wonderful guy who's 27 and is still chasing his dream of making it to the league.
Which league?
It says the league.
Okay.
It says the league. I don't know what, right? I didn't want to reach back out and be like, who, what.
Okay.
So I'm still chasing his dream of making it to the league. While I do appreciate his determination, I'm starting to think that his future, and I'm starting to think about our future together. At what point should I encourage him to let it go and focus on building a more stable career? Or should I consider walking away if our goals aren't aligned? Thank you for your advice. 27 years old. 27-year-old guy chasing his dream of making it to the league. I'm going to start with Shot first.
Thank you.
All right.
Here.
So I got this is a weird question, but here's the deal. It depends on your relationship with that individual and how serious you were taking that relationship, right? Because I've been in this scenario with my wife, right? Where it's, again, not this level, but my wife quit her job and she wanted to open up a daycare center. And I trusted the process. I had questions, but I love my wife. So I'm going to do what it takes to support my wife in any capacity.
Come
right?
on now. Talk about it.
I'm going to do it. Little did I know, right? At that time, I'm thinking this woman crazy. But, we live in a DC income, but I got to do what I got to do to compensate, to make sure we straight so that she can do what she got to do. Fast forward several years, we now have 2 daycare centers, right?
Come on now.
She's directing them both. So I say that to say it depends on your relationship with that individual. How deep are you connected with that individual? Or do you see yourself with that individual? Because if so, if there's a real connection, man, I mean, you never know. I mean, he's 27 years old. Yeah, I mean, are you going to support? You never know. Listen, the woman's support, that could take him a long way. That little boost to have, that could be, could be his thing. Now,
right.
That's the logical side. Now, that's my daughter. That's my daughter bringing this to me. Now we got to move on.
Stop it.
We got to move on. We got to find something else. If this is my daughter, we got to find.
Not for that. Okay. Vashta, I'm very curious. You want me to go? You want me to go next, and then you go, Vash? You go last, Vashta?
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, I want you to go last, Vashta. I do. So Shad, great points. I completely agree with you. I think it's a deeper conversation. We need more context in terms of what league it is. does this person have a job outside of making it to trying to make it as well, right? Are you all living together? Like, it's a lot of different context things that we need, because that would determine a lot. Now, this man is trying to make it to the league, but he's on his own, he's doing his thing, he's taking care of himself. Great. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, what league it is, like, is it basketball, is it football, all those different things. But if you see him working and he's putting in the hours, he's putting in the work, like, support him. Like, I think that's going to say a lot about who you are, all those different things, right? But it's all about context too. Like, if he is trying to live off of you and you supporting, you taking care of everything, and he trying to make it to the league, then you might need to have a conversation with him. I'm not saying that you need to leave or walk away, but a conversation needs to be had where it's like, hey, look, are we trying this? What's next? What's coming up? It reminds me of like the Dave Canales situation, right? When Dave Canales talked about him and his wife, and his wife told him like, hey, look, go try to be a coach. I know we're not going to make a lot of money at one point, but go be a coach. You're born to be a coach. And he worked his way up to now where he is, and now he's doing amazing things, right? Vash about to cook, and so I'm gonna shut up.
I don't know if I'm about to cook. I'm just,
you thought that too? You thought that too?
I saw it.
I saw it too.
Yo,
go ahead,
her
Vash. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, cook.
Bro, 27. 27. 27. That's it right there. You're not making it to the league at 27. You're not making it to the league at 27. All right? Okay? If it's football, you're not making it to the league at 27. If it's basketball, are you playing overseas? Now, are you playing overseas and then potentially, but like the likelihood, percentage-wise, of you making it to any league at 27 is less than 10%.
Yeah.
Less than 10%, right? There are people who make it to the league and are gone within months, maybe off season. Like, support. I'm all about supporting your loved ones, but also sometimes support comes in being in raw honesty, right?
Yeah.
And we're not talking about starting a business. We're talking about hoop dreams.
Yeah.
And at some point, you have to look forward. And I think that there's a deeper issue here where maybe this young man doesn't know anything outside of the sport that he's chasing. Maybe there are other ways for him to continue to be connected to the sport. We got to go past like, oh, I want to play. It ain't for you.
Coaching or scouting,
right? or anything. Like, maybe you get into sports media. There are a lot of ways to be connected to the sport that you love outside of playing it. 27, you pushing it at this point.
Yeah.
So here's what I think.
It big time.
Here's what I think, because I think, when you get these questions, you wanted some tangible advice, right? And
okay.
It's for us to say, oh no, you got to find something else. But here's what I would do if I'm her, like, because you still want to show support. If you really connected, like deeply connected, you want to show some support to this man. So I will come up with the action plan. All right, it's some milestones, right? If we not XYZ by this date, this time, then we got to come up with a contingency plan, and we got to come up with something else. Yeah, I mean, don't just bail them, because I do think, if you are deeply connected to this man, like showing that little bit of support, even though you may not believe it in your mind, like it means the world to him. It means the world to him. Yeah, that you have no idea how much that means to that man that she supported, even though she know this ain't gonna work. The fact that she still support me will go a long, long way. Trust me. Hey, sometimes a man just needs his ego stroked, even if you ain't really feeling it. Just be like, yo, man, I got you. We go, but come up with an action plan to say, hey, by this date, we ain't got it. We got to figure something else out. And I completely agree with Vash's point. I was gonna bring the same thing up. Yeah, I mean, that's what it sounded like to me too. That's what it sounded like, because you asking us, that means you kind of made up your mind already. But I'm trying to give you some tangible advice. And I think that what Vashti said is very accurate. I think he will need to find another way to be connected to the game, because I think he's still living that hoop dream thing. Maybe he need to go to school to be like an analyst or something. I don't know. I don't know what options are out there, but if he could find an occupation that's connected to the game, I think that may help him out tremendously.
Yeah.
So
and there's money, right?
And I wouldn't
be made there. Sorry, go ahead.
I wouldn't suggest that she leave him, because listen, she said he was a good man. I heard that. So listen, I'm not telling her to leave her good man because he has hoop dreams. Maybe we just need to guide that a little bit. That's where we as women come in. Men have lofty goals. It's our job to support those goals, but also maybe kind of guide those goals a little bit. All right, baby, I know you want to do this. Let's open it up to this. Let's think about this. I'm not trying to kill your dream. I get this. You're talented at this, but how about maybe we think about going this avenue, because 27, you it's wild. But you can still be connected to the game outside of playing the game.
Right.
So how can you do something that you love? How can I support you in still being connected to the game that you love? But, and then also, bro, gotta have a job. I don't care. You have hoop dreams. You can go work out or whatever. You gotta have something. I'm not supporting no grown man.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that the dream doesn't trump your contribution to the household.
Right. Yeah.
So you got to be able to do both, and that's it.
Yeah. Like I said, context matters, right? And we didn't. I think she didn't give us context for a reason, right? We don't know what the situation is, but I agree with everything. Like, there's still money to be made outside of playing the sport that you love. So there's different ways about it. But that is it. That's all we have for tonight. Yo, how do you feel not talking about Panthers related stuff, Shot, a whole pod?
Nah, it feels good. Even though I like what's going on with the Panthers right now, but it feels good.
I feel really good. So since you said that, great. I have a question for Vashta.
Oh shit.
Yo, OTA started. You were there Monday. What was it? Was it a different vibe from what you've seen at other OTAs? That's the only question I have.
I mean, yeah, there was, and I wrote about it in my observations. There was a lot of talking, but not just like joking around talking. It seemed like constructive conversations amongst players, amongst coaches. It wasn't like just being given instruction. It was a livelier practice than I think I've saw under Reich and
the other guy. Don't worry about it.
The guy who remained nameless.
It did. I liked the talking that was going on. It seemed like learning was happening, although we aren't close enough to really hear the conversations.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside it, but it's still early. So
it is early. It is early, but I do like the energy, and a lot of people are starting to change the narrative in terms of how they talk about the Panthers. I've been, in the words of Shot, perusing the streets and keeping receipts in terms of who've been changing how the tone and how they talk about the Panthers, which is going to be very interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit later with some of the other pods. But we did not get to our starting lineup, but the starting lineup for next week is going to be, because it's Memorial Day, shout out to everyone who served. If you have a family member who has served, like, shout out to you all. Memorial Day is Monday. Also, it's getting hot, which is my favorite because I love grilling. So cookout, I may have to smoke some ribs and all those different things. Shout out to Vash. I gotta bring y'all over one day or something like that and get on the grill and show y'all a little something how I get down on the grill. But we're gonna do next week. We're gonna do starting lineup cookout foods. All right, so we'll do that. So y'all think through that. What you think about cookout foods? But it's been dope, man. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up on us.
Pull up on me. Pull up on me.
We out of here, y'all. Peace.